He seems to have great strength, speed and explosiveness, which indicates that he has fairly high geno points. Unless he is practicing hyper-geno arts. Qin Shan looked at some data, but didn't worry too much about it. Ha-Sein's data was indeed better than average. But data like this can be seen anywhere in the shelter. It was only a bit unexpected that it belonged to Ha-Sein. Talented but vulgar and despicable. I'll just teach him a lesson next time, thought Qin Shan bitterly. Because of Ha-Sein's sneak attacks, she labeled him as despicable again. It was indeed hard for most people to imagine that Ha-Sein had integrated the sneak attack skills into his practice and instinct. The reason why Ha-Sein could hit Son of Heaven in the face was his sneak attack skills. Or else someone like him could never hit Son of Heaven, who had great geno points and hyper-geno arts. Sneak attack didn't sound good, but it was practical. When he got home, Ha-Sein had dinner with his mother in Haiyan. The next day, he did not go to God's sanctuary but took the train to a martial hall. Ha-Sein had only learned basic martial arts in the past, and those were designed for people who had no geno points. As one started to gain geno points in God's sanctuary, one became stronger in general. With the practice of hyper-geno arts, the body had become even more unique. And this difference allowed people like him to practice certain martial arts that normal people could not practice. These martial arts can be learned at martial halls as well as at advanced colleges. And martial masters who worked at martial halls taught these for a living. Unlike in ancient times, these martial masters did not rely on their inherited fame, nor did they want to leave legacies. Their only goal was to make profit. So, the more money a student spent, the better martial arts were taught. Martial arts all had certain requirements for physical conditioning. If the requirements were not met, it wouldn't be possible to practice. In the past, Ha-Sein had no money and no significant enhancement in his physical conditioning. Now with 13 sacred geno points and lots of other geno points, he had become stronger. The practice of jade skin had also helped. Now his physical condition was among the best in his peer group. Ares Martial Hall was famous on Roker Planet. The tuition there was very expensive, but the martial arts taught were very good. The owner of the martial hall was a veteran and was famous back in the days when he was serving. After getting severely injured in a battle, he went back to Roker to open Ares Martial Hall. Everyone called the veteran, Old Devil. As long as you paid enough, he would teach you anything. And you could indeed learn some really good skills. Young man, want to learn something? We have elementary classes, intermediate classes, advanced classes and special classes here. You can learn fist fighting, weapon skills, and even hyper-geno arts here. For an elementary class, you could choose to learn a martial art that I define as elementary for $10,000. For an intermediate class, you could choose a martial art that I define as intermediate for $100,000. Advanced classes are each for $1 million. And special classes are each for $10 million. At these prices, I could guarantee a good learning outcome. Fellow, you look like you have a bright future ahead of you. Do you want to sign up for all special classes? All 12 martial arts for only $50 million. Old Devil looked at Ha-Sein with a greedy smile. Like a dragon looking at gold. I would like to sign up for an advanced class to learn Ghost Haunt. Ha-Sein came here for a reason. His dad had learned from Old Devil and told him Old Devil has a great martial art called Ghost Haunt. Unfortunately, his dad's physical condition hadn't reached the required level for Ghost Haunt, so he couldn't learn it. He always had regretted that and asked Ha-Sein to learn Ghost Haunt when he grew up. Hussein also heard from his father that ghost haunt was especially effective on women. Hussein had once again offended Keen Shan. And it didn't look like she would let it go easily. Not willing to be bullied by her. He thought of his father's words about old devil and ghost haunt and wanted to take the opportunity. After all, $1 million was a piece of cake for him right now. Although ghost haunt is among the most advanced, its requirements were even higher than those of special classes. You must at least max out on mutant geno points to stand a chance. How fit are you? Old Devil looked at Hussein in surprise. No one had chosen ghost haunt in a while because of its high entry barrier. You can test me to see if I can meet the standards. Hussein was not sure whether he would pass. Either. Technically, with 13 sacred geno points, he should be more fit than those who had maxed out on mutant geno points. 10,000 test fee for a physical fitness test. Old Devil placed a card reader in front of Hussein. Hussein took out his credit card and paid 10,000. And Old Devil was quite pleased by his generosity. After scanning and testing in a dozen instruments, the test result was out, which slightly surprised Old Devil. Your physical fitness is very good. You must have almost maxed out on ordinary, primitive and mutant geno points. Can I learn ghost haunt? Hussein gave no reply, as his mutant geno points were less than 10. And sacred geno points and jade skin would explain his fitness. Yes, 1 million. Old Devil did not ask further, placing the card reader once again in front of Hussein. While a bit upset about spending his hard-earned money, Hussein paid for it. Young man, you have great things lined up for you. Come with me. You'll have to memorize ghost haunt first. Old Devil showed Hussein into a screening room, turned on the hologram and left him alone in the room. It was Old Devil himself practicing ghost haunt in the hologram. Hussein looked for a while, and his eyes widened. He thought to himself, wow, so that's what you mean by a euro especially effective on women, Dad. Quote.